From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for January 7th, 2016. Just a moment, we'll be taking a look at the AUDUSD, the Australian dollar versus the US dollar for today's analysis. But first, a recap of one of the trade suggestions made over the past few days. Yesterday, the suggestion was to buy the US franc on dips into support. And we've had two opportunities to see that happen over the past 24 hours. Let's go ahead and zoom in here on the daily chart a little bit. You can see the previous downtrend leg here falling from the highs into the 1.0300s, down here into the 9800s. Then ever since then, it's been climbing slowly and pushing back above the parity level 1.0. Yesterday, we saw the market hovering above the 1.0050 to 70 level, the green shaded area up here. We noted back here in history where the red circle is, there was resistance into that green zone that was acting as support yesterday. There was an opportunity to go ahead and take into a quick buy there into the 0070.50 level with very small risk, because we knew we didn't want it to break through that green zone. So if you did that, unfortunately the market did turn lower. But now we're back down into the 1.0 level, the parity level, as it sits just above that pink zone. Remember this black box that we've been studying over the past couple of weeks. Resistance here, and even support back here where the red circle is. So we know that this parity level, of course, would be an important decision point for the market. As long as it's above it, I'm expecting some support there for the day today and the possibility of a rebound back higher in the direction of our most recent momentum for the US dollar. Anything underneath parity 99.95, we would likely look for it to continue lower. So we know what the risk is. We know that there's a potential decision zone here for the US franc. Take it on down here to the 4-hour time frame. Again, there was the hesitation, there was the stalling out there above the 0070 level. Again, if you took a buy there, then it was a very short-lived buy as it pushed right down through that green zone. Now here we are once again into parity. We can already see the previous 4-hour candle, an influx of buyers, short influx of buyers as it went back up just a little bit back into the green zone, came right back down, but now we're just settled out back on top of the 1.0 level. So for the day today here on the franc, as long as it stays within or above that pink zone, I'm looking for a buying opportunity. In fact, I'm already in a buy at 1.0010, just above the parity level, being sure to get into it. If we're going to see it rise, we want it back up here towards the green zone, or possibly our resistance target from yesterday, which is all the way back up here into the 1.01s. The risk, of course, is pretty well known. The risk is that it breaks down through here and continues to pressure back down towards the blue shaded area into the low 9900. So that's our first trade recommendation for the day today. Secondly, let's move on over to the AUDUSD, the Australian versus the US dollar. Of course, we've been studying the triangle pattern in the trade room for several weeks. The rise, the fall, the rise, the fall, in the current rise and now fall here for the Australian dollar, as we see weakness out of China and strength out of the U.S. with the U.S. interest rate change, pressuring this back lower again as it continues to pressure down towards the multi-month lows that we see here coming into the 6900s at the very bottom of the chart. That's the green shaded area. We still have a little ways to go before we reach that multi-month low back here on the left-hand side of the chart. So we're looking for a continuation of weakness. Of course, China continues to be weak. We still expect some strength out of the U.S. with the interest rate rise, so we look for opportunities to go short here for the Australian dollar. Let's go ahead and move this down to the 4-hour time frame. Zoom it out one time so we can see this. You see back to the left-hand side of the chart, the pink shaded area between 7,010 and 7,030. We can see support here on the left-hand side. We can see congestion, support, and resistance on the far left-hand side around the pink zone at the very bottom of the chart. So we know this is a primary decision point. If I zoom it in, maybe this is a better way to look at it. Zoom it in and scroll it back like this, and you can see those supports right here in the middle of the chart. You continue to pressure it back or pull it back lower, and you can see that congestion back here around that pink shaded area. We see support here, resistance here, support here. So we know that this pink zone is a real strong decision point in the market. We're underneath that right now. So any rallies back into that level become opportunities to go short once again here, targeting the multi-month lows back down towards the green shaded area. We'll look for an open and close. That gives us the highest degree of confidence. Again, as you can see, I don't yet have a trade put on here, and not even a pending trade yet put on here for the Australian dollar, because we haven't seen the open and close underneath the pink zone. That's what I'm looking for, an open and close 4-hour time frame under the pink zone rally back to the pink zone as resistance, a break and retest pattern, and then look for it to go back down. So open and close under the pink zone, rally back to it, and then we look for the new fall and target back down here towards the green shaded area for the Australian dollar today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.